We'll cut it to right about there. All right. These are really pretty flowers. I like the color. The envelope for our tag, and when we're finished making this is going to fit right inside here. Here we go. I think. Hello, welcome back to Patty Loves Paper. I'm Patty, and we are continuing to work in our junk journal that we started from a Nut Thins cracker box. Last time we added our inside cover along with a little junk journal flip, and we still need to fill in this pocket and this pocket, but I think we're going to move to our next signature and work on a page back here. I do have some junk mail envelopes, or some envelopes, some window envelopes that I think I'd like to use. I'd like to make a tag out of this, but I think I'm going to use the bottom piece also. So I think I'm going to cut this down. I think we'll cut it to right about, let's see, if we want that to be a tag, we'll cut it to right about there. All right, right. And I don't think we need to cut it across this way. So let's get that cut. All right. Now, we're not going to throw this away. We're going to use this part of it. All right. One thing that I'd like to do is maybe even this part up at the bottom, because it's a little crooked from when the mail was opened. All right. And we are going to cover this with pretty paper and cover the inside just a little bit with pretty paper. And then we're going to cover our envelope. All right, so let's move this aside and let's get started. So I have some more digital papers that I'd like to use. I believe these are from My Porch Prints, and just another set of really, really pretty papers. And I think I'd like to use these two on the sides of our envelope. So we're going to cut that down, and we'll start there. So we're going to start with getting rid of our white border. Oh. Okay. And we're going to see just about how much we need. So we need right about there. We may put some music paper also underneath this. And we'll get rid of this edge. See if we can do it without tearing it. Nope. I'm going to come up from the bottom then. And then one more time. There we go. All right. And then we'll see how much we need of this. Right about there. Okay. All right, very pretty. Let's see if we have. I think I like a little bit of this flower right here, so we'll use just a bit of that. Let's see how much of it we need. All right. Right about there. Well, that didn't really tear very well, did it? All right, how about that? A little bit better. All right, so that's going to be our bottom piece. Probably take a little bit more off of that. All right, so then we just need a little something for our top. We need to take a little bit off of that too. Oh. So we ripped that, but that's all right because we're gonna glue that down, and it'll be fine. Not concerned about that at all. And then we need our edge here and our edge here. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty good for a start. But I also want to open up the top too, because we want to glue some paper on the inside here, okay? And then we're just going to seal that shut. All right. So we'll decide what we want to put inside there also. And I think we'll put a little ribbon across the top here. So this one's going to go here. I think I want a little bit more, and I want some, I don't think that's going to be long enough. And I don't know if that's going to be, it might be nice. Let's see. Yeah, we'll use that. All right, I think we want that right there. Okay, so we have our one side, and then we're going to use our music paper. Here, and then we'll put another little piece right there. All right, so let's start inking that up, and then we'll start to glue that down. All right, so we're going to tear this piece also. Because we definitely don't want to lose all these beautiful notes. And we'll tear this down. I mean, we'll glue this down. Let's hope our glue had a good day and is feeling cooperative. All right. Come right up against that window and right up against the edge. Okay, there we go. Got one glued down, and let's go for the other one. And we're going to go right up against that, or right on top of that paper, but right up against the edge here. From edge to edge. All right. Yeah, I think I like that. We might put another little piece of music paper right here. Let's get this done first, though. So we'll ink this piece up, and we'll glue this one down. Get those edges good. All right, and we're going to get that right up against the window and right up against that edge. There we go. All right, and let's see how we want to do this piece. So we're going to take a little bit off of that at the bottom, but that's about it. All right, that's all we want, just that little, just that little tiny bit. And then we'll take some off the top. Okay. And then we'll take some from the inside. So we probably want not quite half. I'll do it this way. See if I can get it to work a little bit better. Because the last thing you need is to work a long, hard day and to come and have everything go wrong in your craft room. That's no fun. And I'll save these strips because I can put words on them for little tags in my journal. All right, so let's ink this piece up. These are really pretty flowers. I like the color. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but these are from My Porch Prints. Very pretty. And if you're not familiar with digitals, digitals are papers that you can buy and just print over and over again. And most places let you print, I don't know, 300 of every design, and so you don't have to really worry about it because most people are not going to print 300 of them. But you can use them over and over again for your journals. All right, here we go. And we'll get that little spot inked up, and that up at the top, and this down here. All right, so far so good. All right, let's see what we have left of our music paper. We got a couple of notes here, and we got a couple of notes here. I think we're going to use this here. But we just need a little bit. So I'll take a little bit of that there, a little bit of this here, and we will ink this up and glue it down. So I hope you have been gathering your supplies and staying and playing along with me as we create this junk journal. They really are a lot of fun, and it really does help me relax after a long, hard day at work. And in this day and age, there's so many things that, we have going on in our lives that it's nice just to have something that can take us away from all of that. I'm going to take just a tiny bit off of this. Because, you know, face it, we all have very busy lives. We all have jobs where they just put more and more and more on us. And this is my release. I can sit and play with my paper, make something pretty, and feel like I've accomplished something outside of work. I always feel accomplished at work because I work very hard and I'm very competitive. I try to always be the best on my team. Am I always the best? No, I'm not always the best, but I do always try to be the best. And that's just my nature. I do take a lot of pride in my work. Remember, this rip is not even going to bother us in a little bit. All right, there we go. Now we just have to look at our top piece. That's what it'll be. It'll just be a piece of music paper. All right, I think that's where we need to be. Yep. And when you have that nozzle off of this art glitter glue, you have to be really careful because it will come out pretty strong. All right. Very pretty. I think I like it. That's going to be a tag for our page right here. And we're going to put it inside of a pocket. So the part that we cut off of our envelope, we're going to make it a pocket for this. So the pocket will go right here and this will come in and out. But we're going to do a little bit of a twist with this pocket. And the reason that I am doing it this large is because I want a nice large journaling space on the back of this. Okay, all right. Next thing we need to do is we need to decide what we want to put in this window envelope, and then we need to close it up. So I'm going to see if there's any other loose areas, and I'm going to glue all of that down. All right. Now I'd like to put a piece of cardstock in here first, just to make it a little bit sturdier. Alright, I think that's perfect. And now we can see what kind of paper we want inside. Do we want something like this? Something like this? I really like that. I think we should go with that. See, clip that there. Oh. And then I think we're going to glue this down. Okay, let's get this down. We don't want it completely in the crease, but pretty doggone close. Okay. Now what I want to do is I think that's how I want it. Alright, and while this is clipped in place, I'm going to try to glue it to this. Not to this, but to this. I'm going to get glue on my paper clip, but that's okay, because it will come off. Alright, and there we go. Okay. And we need to cut that little bit off. Okay, I think we're good there. Alright, so here we go. So what I typically will do is when I resize my mailing envelopes, I'll save this piece and I will glue part to the front and part to the back so that I don't lose any area in here, because otherwise I'd have to glue it down here and you're going to lose some of your space. So we're going to do that, but before we do that, we're going to strengthen this piece a little bit. Just need a little bit, and that might be too much. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. And I think that'll work. So we're going to glue this here just to strengthen this, because when you have a tag or something coming in and out of it, it's going to weaken this because this is a thin area. So we're just going to glue this down to strengthen it. Perfect. All right, there we go. So we'll have this here, and then we'll glue the front piece here, just like this, and then when it opens, this whole piece will open, okay, as opposed to losing some of that. So let's get that glued down. I guess we'll glue this. No, we'll glue this. Okay. All right, let's glue this piece here, and then we'll glue our bottom. All right, and let's glue this. All right, so we're going to spread that glue around too. Very good. But then, just to make sure that we don't glue our envelope shut, I'm going to come in here and just make sure. We need a little more glue right here. We're going to clamp that down a little bit to get that to hold. Because we want to make sure that is glued nice and strong. All right, and there is the envelope for our tag. So we're going to have this in, and then we're going to have a tag in it, and on the back of both the tag and this, we're going to have some journaling space. That's the plan, at least. All right, so now let's look at our leftover piece. And this is where it's going to be just a little bit different. Let's get this glued down right away. Just so we don't forget to do that. All right. And what we're going to do is, this is actually going to be glued down onto our page. But we're going to decorate it just a little bit different. So let's see what kind of paper we want to use for this. Let's see if we can get this to work. I think we're gonna go with that right there. All right. We're not going to cover up all of our envelope bottom. We're just going to cover up part of it. And you'll see why in just a minute. And then we're going to fold this back on itself. And we'll have some decorative paper here too. So I think maybe this might go on the inside. Well, let's start building it and see. We'll see how it comes out. Okay. And then we're going to glue this piece down here. I don't know if this might not work. Let's see. No, it's not going to be. Maybe it will be. Nope, it's not going to be long enough. Yeah, that might be nice. Let's see if we can get that to be cut down to the right size. Better cover up that ink. All right, let's ink that up. We don't have to ink all these sides because they're not all going to show. All right, let's try to get this done. All right, there we go. Now we want to get a piece to go here, but we're going to put that piece upside down. And we're going to fold it back like this before we glue the bottom. So let's see what we want to do. Alright, so I think we're going to want it to be like that. Let's try this, see if we can get it right. All right, let's see what we have. Okay, how about that? Yeah, that's nice. So I'll go with gluing it right about there. And then when we turn it over, there's our pretty flower. All right, let's go with that. So we're going to mark that so we can get our glue line right. All right, and then we're going to tear this. All right, let's get it inked up and see if it's going to work for us. Not all this is going to be seen. All right, so we're going to curl this. We want it to be just about like that. All right. So we're going to put it sideways, bring it up to that pencil mark and the edge here. And there we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, it was a hard road, but we made it. Okay. And that right there is what we're looking for. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is glue this side down. Going to even it up a bit. And then we're going to glue this to the inside to make our pocket. Okay. And then we're going to glue this down right here. So we have a little curl up here. And hopefully it won't get smashed by a journal closing, but we're going to glue this right here. And we're going to glue that right there. And I'm going to put a clip there to hold it. All right, and then this is going to go in here. Going to glue that down, and then when we're finished making this is going to fit right inside here. Okay. But we need to find some paper for back here. I don't want something that's going to be too busy because this has a lot of flowers, a lot of different colors. So we're going to find something a little more subdued. And I think I saw a page, let's see, that I have in mind. This one's nice. Yeah, I think it'll be perfect. All right, so let's get that one going. So we'll come off. No, actually, we might not have to come off much at all, just a little tiny bit. Okay, and take how much off the top? About right here. All right, let's see what we have. There we go. It's a little nicer. All right. Let's get that glued down. These sides up. And all these things are optional. You do what you want to do, what you think is nice, what you think is pretty for your journal. This is a journal for you to be happy and proud of. All right, let's get this one glued down. All right, we are close to finishing this page. All right. I don't know if we're ready to glue this bottom piece down or not. So let's check and see. Looks like we are good to go here. We got a little bit of an edge to cut off, though. So let's get that cut. Okay. And then we have our pocket. We just have to glue down our bottom piece. And we're good to go. We still have a little bit of an edge here. All right. All right, there we go. Let's glue our edge down at the bottom. Let's get a clip on there. All right, and let's ink this up. And I think this was ready to be glued down. So let's get it glued. We're going to want to make sure we get in here really well and get that glue really stuck to that bottom piece. All the way down. Just really getting it to adhere really, really well. Okay, we're going to glue this down a little bit more. And we're going to get a clamp on that. Need it to be a little bit supported till I can get that glue to dry. All right. There we go. There we go. Pretty, pretty. So we need a tag for this, and we need to cover the back with some, let's do that right now, some tea-dyed paper. We can do that right now. Okay. So now we just need to cut that down. To make these bigger jobs a little bit easier. All right. Make sure we're glued all around the edges. This is coming up just a little. This is curling up just a little. Okay. This too. I think this is good. All right. So now we have another writing area in addition to our journal pages, our blank pages. We have another writing area here. And that is going to finish it for this element. The only thing that we're going to need to do is make our tag to go inside. And we will do that next, but probably not right now. And there we go. I think we are good. We're going to leave this in for a little while just to make sure it stays strong. And then we'll probably put a little something here, maybe a little pearl or something little right here. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this stay and play, and I hope you made something yourself for your journal. Until we meet again, bye-bye.